Okay, let's see if I can do this. I've made about 5 of these so far, and all of them have failed. And I don't mean like epic fail, I mean like they just didn't work. Um, so, why am I here for the fifth time, sixth time? I am headed to Mass, Blessed Immaculate Conception Day, and it's sort of like the unofficial, there's sort of a small movement where it's sort of like the unofficial wear your veil day. So therefore I'm foregoing my normal low-key black snood and going with my mantilla. Um, Usually I've never worn this before actually. It's kind of short, and I can never get it to look right. So I sort of finagled with it and just worked with it until I could finally get it to look okay. And I think it looks pretty nice. I like it. Um, so yeah, so today is Wear Your Mantilla Day, and I'm not sure if I'll see anyone else wearing one, but you never know. Well, the church I'm going to, there are some older ladies that will wear it regardless of the day and stuff like that. So I might see some of them, and that'll be nice. But anyway, I thought because my friend, we're going to mass together today, and he stayed out late, partying as much as someone like him parties. So probably just staying out late and just talking about Catholic stuff. That's partying for us. Um, and he slept through the prep time he would have needed to get to the mass he was planning on going to. So we're going to a different mass elsewhere. So now I have time to make a video. I had a lot more time, but my videos kept dying on me. So I've got more time, very little time to actually get this done. So hopefully I'll be able to get it done in a short amount of time. Anyway, um, so I just wanted to model the mantilla for you all, and I know it's been a while, things have been, busy and stuff like that, and that's partly because, I haven't had much inspiration for making a video. A lot of times I sort of have to feel motivated and have the energy to make one, and I just haven't really felt it in the last year. So, and I've noticed a lot of people that I've been following in terms of their family, they haven't put up too many videos either. I think it's just because we're busy and, we're busy and stuff like that. So, yeah, so I'm still wearing, going to my default black snood slash scarf, um, or I'll wear a black beret. They go with everything. They're easy to throw on. That's pretty much why I do it. I used to wear bright colors and all that, match my makeup to it, and wear earrings. I still wear earrings, but I only have like 3 earrings that I wear now versus the variety that I used to wear. But it's just so much easier to just not wear makeup and just put on a scarf and a nice set of earrings, but pretty much the earrings I wore every other day. It's just much easier than, going through the rigmarole of the underscarf and the overscarf and the accessories. Um, so I sort of, stopped doing that, but I still have my collection of scarves, and someday I might, do a throwback and wear it one day, but until then, I'm just sort of having fun, not worrying about all of that every morning. Um, let's see. Let's give an update about clothing. I've decided to tweak my wardrobe. Over the summer, I had this dream where I was in an Amish shop and I bought an Amish dress and an Amish cap and I wore them and I'm like, this feels so right. And I woke up and I'm like, am I supposed to go plain? Am I supposed to dress plainer than I'm doing now? Should I change my wardrobe? And, I prayed about it and I thought about it and I'm sort of like, well, I don't think I should go plain, but I do think I need to modify my regulations. Um, my regulations before were sort of like skirts that covered the knee when I was standing, at least, and shirts that are pretty modest. But then I was looking at, some different resources, some Catholic resources and things like that, and I found, and I already knew about them, but I didn't really sort of. It's not that I didn't take them seriously. I just got lax really. And I read about the 2 fingers breadth below the collarbone, kind of what I have here, um, and skirts that cover the knee, even when sitting. And some sources said like no slits in skirts. Some say small slits in skirts. Well, the skirts I was wearing had sizable slits. They weren't like huge and modest, but they were bigger and they came up beyond my knee, because they were knee-length skirts. So they were. I don't think they were like blatantly immodest, but they weren't as modest as they could be. And I found on different Catholic sources there's different regulations for skirt length. So I saw make sure it covers the knees when sitting, um, 3 inches below the knee when sitting, 8 inches below the knee, ankle length. It depended on sort of like the degree of traditional the sources were. Some listed all of those qualifications or all of those regulations and said like, well, pick one. And I'm just like, well, okay. So I've just sort of been experimenting with that and seeing where I should go with my skirts. I've also been, making sure because I wasn't wearing plunging necklines, but I didn't always follow, the 2 finger rule, and I try and follow that more now. And I also wasn't wearing because one of the regulations like sleeves down to your elbows. I wasn't following that. Sometimes I'd wear short sleeves. I wasn't wearing cap sleeves, but they were a little longer than cap sleeves, and just things like that. And I'm sort of trying to tweak that, and that dream sort of triggered it. And I do think that maybe there was something where sort of like someone upstairs was saying, yeah, you should probably, I mean, you're not like terribly immodest, but you could probably do better. So I'm working on that. And it's funny, when I first decided to start doing all of this, money just sort of fell into my lap. Um, and I'm sort of like, because if I was going to start following the regulations more, um, I that sort of nixed everything in my wardrobe. A lot of my shirts, the necklines weren't, where they should have been. They were too form fitting. The sleeves weren't long enough. My everyday go-to skirts were out of the question. I had a pencil skirt that I absolutely loved. That was really, it's not that it was too tight, but it was form fitting, and it had a tall slit in it. So it was sort of like with my figure, it wasn't too tight, but still it was not. It's hard to explain, but it could have been more modest, I think. And I love that skirt so much. I miss it so much. I still have it, and I was like, maybe I can wear it for my husband one day. I don't know, because I just can't get rid of it. I love it so much. Um, and that sort of got rid of a lot of the things in my wardrobe that I could comfortably wear without feeling like, let me cover myself up. Um, so I just got this money, and I was sort of like, wow. And I was just scouring the bargain bins, and I got a lot for relatively little. Not as much as I would have gotten if I had gone to thrift stores, but the thrift stores are far, and I don't feel like going to them. So I've just been ordering online. I know the shop local people are probably wanting to kill me right now. So I did that, and it's been wonderful. And I've just been experimenting, and it's harder because I've been experimenting with longer skirts, and I've sort of like dabbled with all of the different regulations. The make sure it covers the knee, or 3 inches below the knee, 8 inches below the knee, ankle length. Um, and I've noticed that the shorter the skirt, the easier it is to wear. You don't have to worry too much about the top. You don't have to worry too much about the shoes. For example, when you wear a long skirt, you have to be careful about the shoes you wear. And this is purely fashion. Maybe it's frivolous, maybe it's pointless, but hey, I know there's some girls out there who want to dress modest, but they also want to look nice and fashionable while doing it. And that's part of the reason why I do this, because I know there are girls out there who don't want to dress in this immodest style, but when they think, oh, modesty, they automatically think frumpy. They think the Amish. Now, I have something to say about that. When people say, oh, you can dress modest, you just don't have to dress frumpy like the Amish are not frumpy. The Mennonites are not frumpy. I love the way they dress. Frumpy is like big, baggy, gray, drab, and just like, ugh. And I think that's more sort of like, ratty jeans and ratty t-shirts, the kind of thing that you wear when you're mowing the lawn. That is what I think of as frumpy. The Amish and the Mennonites and that sort of class of dressing, I think that's pretty and feminine. And it's not like frilly feminine. It's clean lines, just just simplicity and cleanliness, and just it's very nice. I really like the way they dress. I really like the way they dress. And if I could, I would dress like them. I really would. In fact, I'd have my cap on and everything. But I don't want to be mistaken for a different faith. um, especially since I feel like this is a very outward ministry that I'm sort of partaking in, and therefore I need to, witness to the Catholic faith, and I have to, and that's what makes it harder too. I don't really have anyone else that's, doing this. Except, well, no, that's the thing. We've got, 2,000 years of a certain way of dressing until like the 1960s. It was pretty much long skirts and, modest top. Different styles, but pretty much the same principle. And I have that, but I have to, look like I'm part of the century, so that way, I can also get other people to do it, so that other people my age can say like, oh, she looks nice. I want to dress like that, or I don't have to wear leggings to look nice. I can wear, a nice skirt and a nice top and still look nice, and so it doesn't have to be one of those. So this is very outward, and I think it's for other people, um, as well as myself. So therefore, I have to maintain a certain way of dressing, so that A, I'm not looking like something that I'm not, and B, so that I can sort of win people over. So there's that. Um, so back to shoes. I was a penny loafer wearer with my pencil skirts. They looked so nice with my pencil skirts. Long skirts and penny loafers do not match. They do not. It's terrible. I mean, I put them on. I'm like, good gravy, this does not look right. Some people can pull it off, but I can't. So then I'm like, well, what shoes do I wear? So I had to invest in a very inexpensive pair of 1-inch heels, and that looks nice. Um, but it's different because I'm used to sort of more, not comfortable shoes, but just different, sort of like plain penny loafers that you just, no frills, and heels tend to be dressier. And I do like to dress for work, um, and things like that. So I like to look professional, so that adds to the professional look. And it's not like regular 1-inch heels. You barely even notice that you're wearing a heel, versus like my 2-inch heels that I always wear to church. I can tell that I'm in something with that. Um, I also got some nice tall boots, but that was more because it's winter, and they look nice with long skirts. And these are just sort of tips for those of you who are like also dabbling with different modesty ways. Um, Tall boots were more because it's winter and it's cold, and having your legs covered with not just leggings and a skirt, but leather boots as well, helps a lot. You'd be surprised how much it helps. And that's the wonderful thing about long skirts. You can layer so much under them. You can wear a pair of short, like sometimes, like it's really cold, I'll put on a pair of leggings, and yes, I do have leggings. I just don't wear them as pants. I don't wear pants as pants. And I'll put a pair of shorts on over that. I'll put my slip over that, my one skirt, my one shorter skirt, and then I'll put my long skirt over that, and you can't even tell. Oh, I have to go. My friend is here, and we're going to mass. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to post this video. Bye!